This coin looks quiet, worn, ordinary. But it was born at a moment when Spain itself was anything but stable. This is the 1881 Spanish 20 reals, struck in silver during the reign of King Alfonso XII. It comes from a country rebuilding itself after revolution, civil war, and political collapse. It comes from a monetary system on the verge of extinction. And it comes from the final decades of Spain's long imperial identity. This is not just a coin. It is a document of transition. By the mid-19th century, Spain was a nation struggling to define itself. The once dominant global empire had lost nearly all of its colonies in the Americas. Political instability was constant. Monarchies rose and fell. Governments changed rapidly. Military uprisings were common. In 1868, Queen Isabella II was overthrown. What followed was chaos. A provisional government. A short-lived monarchy under Amadeo I. Then the First Spanish Republic, which collapsed after only 2 years. Spain was exhausted. By 1874, the monarchy was restored. A young prince, Alfonso XII, was placed on the throne. His mission was simple, but enormous: stabilize Spain. Alfonso XII became king at just 17 years old. Unlike many rulers before him, he was not an absolutist. He ruled as a constitutional monarch, working within a parliamentary system. His reign focused on reconciliation, order, and modernization. This matters, because it appears directly on the coin. The reverse legend reads: Rey Const de España, Constitutional King of Spain. This was not decorative language. It was a political statement. Spain was presenting itself as modern, lawful, and stable again. Coinage was one of the most visible ways to project that message. For centuries, Spain used the real as its core unit of money. Spanish silver reals circulated across Europe, the Americas, and Asia. They were once the backbone of global trade. But by the 1800s, the system was outdated. Europe was moving toward standardized decimal currencies. France had the franc. Britain had the pound. Monetary unions were forming. Spain needed to modernize or fall behind. In 1868, Spain officially adopted the peseta, aligned with the Latin monetary union. But old habits die slowly. For years, Spain struck coins that existed in a transitional state, denominated in reals but aligned to the new system. The 20 reals coin is one of those survivors from the old world. The 20 reals denomination was not small change. This was a serious silver coin, meant for savings, trade, large payments, cross-border commerce. It represented trust in silver at a time when paper money was still viewed with suspicion by much of the population. Silver was stability. And Spain wanted people to trust its economy again. The obverse shows Alfonso XII in profile, facing right. This portrait is restrained. There is no crown. No military armor. No exaggerated power symbols. Instead, we see natural hair. A modest beard. A calm, composed expression. This was intentional. Spain wanted a king who looked approachable, lawful, and modern. The inscription reinforces this. Alfonso XII por lag de Dios. By the grace of God. A traditional phrase, yes. But now paired with constitutional language on the reverse. Old authority meeting new limits. The reverse features the crowned Spanish coat of arms. Each symbol tells a story. Castles represent Castile. Lions represent Leon. The shield is quartered, reflecting a historically united but culturally fragmented Spain. Above it all sits the crown, asserting continuity of monarchy even as the nation changes. Below and around it, the denomination. 20 de CS. This reflects Spain's confusing but necessary currency transition, blending old real values with newer decimal logic. These coins were struck in silver, not debased alloy. That alone ensured their survival. But survival came at a cost. Many 20 reals coins were heavily circulated, melted for bullion, exported, hoarded during political crises. High-grade examples are far scarcer than mintage numbers suggest. Most surviving pieces show flat hair detail, worn shields, weak legends, edge knocks. Finding one with honest wear and no harsh cleaning is increasingly difficult. This coin is not rare by existence. It is rare by preservation. Collectors today seek original surfaces, natural toning, clear legends, undamaged rims. Coins like this were used, not saved. That's why high-grade examples command strong premiums, even though the type itself is available. Approximate market value estimates. Very worn/damaged. $30 to $60. Fine condition. $60 to $120. Very fine. $120 to $200. Extremely fine. $200 to $400. Uncirculated or exceptional, I appeal. $600 plus and climbing, especially if certified. Coins that are harshly cleaned, polished, or scratched lose significant value. Collectors today pay for originality, not shine. This coin represents the end of Spain's imperial money, the struggle to modernize, the tension between tradition and reform, the final era of silver as unquestioned trust. It is a bridge between centuries. Hold it long enough, and you are holding Spain's attempt to move forward without forgetting its past. This is not a flashy coin. It doesn't shout rarity. It doesn't demand attention. But it speaks to those who listen. Silver, worn smooth by history, carrying the weight of a nation finding its way.